Hey everyone, this is Marcus again. I have rented now this 7th camper van of 2023, all from Road Surfer. In this video, I just want to give you a walk around of the VW Grand California, how that looks from inside. And at this point, I've gotten very good grasp on all the different models and what they offer, what I like, what I don't like. I'm just gonna give you a real quick tour of the inside of this Grand California because I think it's worth, although I probably wouldn't get this for my family, it's definitely worth seeing and maybe even renting. There are people who would really, really like this. Inside, this is a very spacious camper van. When you compared this to the VW T6 models or even the Ford Transit, which is a little bit wider, so basically the smaller versions, and then you upgrade to this one, it's not only a high roof, but it's an extra high roof because of the bed up here. And I am 5'6", and I can stretch my hand out to the very top and I'm touching the ceiling, barely. I'm flat-footed. If I want to open this window up here, then I would have to get on my tippy toes. So that gives you an idea of how much space there really is in here. The thing I like about this van is if I were to take this van on trips where I could be off grid for several days, it would be perfect for that because it has so much space. I'll show you the space now. The great thing about this one is I don't have to go through the, I guess you would call it a hallway. I don't have to go through the hallway like sideways. I can actually walk to the back where the bed is without bumping anything. If you need to haul things, you could put this up, and there's quite a bit of space still. So you have a quality mattress, you have a quality bed, you have all this cabinet space. Again, I mean, in order to open this window, I have to really reach up there. You have quite a bit of space. Now, I have 3 kids, so once you get 3 kids in here, that space diminishes quickly, you know, especially if you're trying to cook or, you know, do something back here, maybe play some games, or you have the table out. I didn't even get the table out, but you have this table. There's still much more space than the VW T6 or the Ford Transit, and it's noticeable because it's so high. Now, the great thing about this is that I can pull this down that sits above the driver. We could actually put the kids up there. They could watch a cartoon, play games, and we could still sit here at the table and have the table out all the time, or, you know, a good portion of the time. We still have room to get into the fridge. The fridge comes out like this, which is nice, a nice difference from the other models that I rented. Let me put this down and show you what that looks like. If I can unclip this. So here, that will go down. So this bed is quite big. Me and my wife could sleep here just fine. Even put our little boy here along with us. I'll show you the cabinets. Cabinets they look very nice and sleek. The form factor is nice because it's kind of big up here and then it slims down as it goes down. So it looks very nice, but it's kind of awkward. This is probably bigger. Yeah, so I really like how spacious this is. And I do like that the bathroom is also very spacious. We had that Roadhouse from Road Surfer that was built on the Peugeot Boxer, and it had a shower. It was slightly smaller than this. That little difference makes a big difference when you're trying to shower. And this sink folds down, so you could wash your hands, do whatever you need to do in the sink area. And I think you have a sink over here. You don't really need 2 full functional sinks, I think. And what they did here is they put the faucet. This is the faucet and also the shower head. So I think that's a good idea because you don't necessarily need this all the time. Now I have to try to put it back in there with one hand. It doesn't look like it retracts very easily. When you go to take a shower, there's much more space than the other model, the Peugeot Boxer that Road Surfer has. There's some storage in here. And also there's a notice on the wall of that roadhouse that says don't get the walls wet, and it had this curtain. It was kind of awkward to take a shower. I did take a shower, it was fine, but this is much wider and it has 2 drains at the bottom. You don't have to worry about that. If you're going to take this on a longer trip, you know, I could see me and my family using this for multiple days, you know, out in the wild, camping, and still be very comfortable. Especially if the weather's nice, then you can kick the kids out and they're playing, you know, outside. And if you stay at a paid campground, then obviously they would have some kind of facilities. So that's what I would do with this vehicle. It's a little nerve-wracking because this is 3.1 meters tall, and I've been driving it for a few days. There's a sticker right on the windshield that says, you know, the height, be careful, or attention, 3.1 meters. And I had to catch myself going under certain bridges and roads that were less. Yeah, yesterday we went into Bonn. There were 2 areas I couldn't go through. One was 3 meters and then another was 2.1 meters or something like that. So you really have to be careful about not hitting the top. And so that's the biggest downside for me for this vehicle. I would not get this for myself because I would like more mobility around Europe. So I would get a smaller vehicle. Again, I don't want to get the smallest vehicle like the California, the VW T6 California, because I do like to stand up. But, you know, if I'm going to use it as a run kids around vehicle and camping, maybe what I would have to go with, the T6, and then just pay for campgrounds when we go for a couple days or long weekends. And then you have all the facilities out of the van mostly, and then it's not that big of deal. I would rent this again if I knew I were going on a trip for several days or more and I needed the full bathroom, you know, the shower, if I need the beds for the kids, you know, we could fit in here just fine. The problem actually is with my family, I have 3 kids and this seats 4 people, but it could sleep my whole family. You have to consider all those factors. Let me put this up. Very, very easy to put up. You just push the button and slide it up. Yeah, I really, really like this space. Very, very convenient. If I were to buy a camper van or have one built, I would definitely go with propane over diesel. The problem with that is trying to fill it in different countries because the adapters are different. I tried that in France with the German bottles, and so you have to carry this little adapter with you, which isn't a big deal if you have to do it more than just your 1 week of rental, but it's just something that you have to keep in mind. So overall, I really, really like this camper van. I would get this if I were camping out all the time and I needed the bed space. Each camper van has its pros and cons, and I feel like each camper van is ideal for a different type of camping and road trip and things like that. So this would be great off-grid for several days. You have a big fridge, lots of propane, lots of water, onboard battery system would last several days. You have nothing to worry about with that. So anyway, that's my take on the VW Grand California. I hope it's helpful to you. If you're looking to rent or buy, you could check out Road Surfer. I think they have very reasonable rates and I'm satisfied with their customer service. If you are looking to buy a vehicle to use in Europe and you're not from Europe, you're a visitor, then check out a service we've started called CarTurf. You can check that out at mycarturf.com. It allows you to buy, register, and have an insured vehicle, whatever vehicle you want to buy. Could be a used one, a new one, could be a camper van. CarTurf will help you register that, and you could drive it around Europe in multiple countries. And if you're looking for something like this, then the German market, Road Surfer or private seller or other, there's a lot on the German market that you could research and get competitive rates for. So I hope that was helpful, and I will see you in another video.